Hey friends, it's Amanda here from Faithfully Homemade, and today I'm going to show you the activities I have in my first graders workboxes for week 3 of school. So first of all, this is the book he's reading. It's from Becca. I told you in my last video that he's been doing handwriting without tears for his penmanship, as you can see. And then also he's been doing spelling, just this little spelling book, and we're still working on list 1 because he's really young, and so I wanted to take a couple weeks to work on the list. In fact, with Becca, they don't even start spelling until lesson way into the school year, so we're ahead anyways. But we've been doing a little bit of spelling, and then this is his folder where I put his worksheets and papers, and these are his learn to read and learning math level fluency sheets that you've seen. He's been doing, and then here's just some more worksheets and things that he's been, that I pull out. Some of them are Becca, and some of them are the ones that I have made. These ones clipped here are like phonics ones. This is a little book. These ones here are like math ones. Here's one that I made from my early learning math curriculum. And anyways, so I just have just some things in there, and then we pull out of things from this folder to do during the week. And now let me get into the activities here. So the first activity I have here, these are new. I just made these. These are hidden CVC word puzzles. So what he has to do is he has to look at the pictures and think of the beginning sound. So then he's going to use his magnetic letters. And we actually already did this week, and he really likes it. So this is cow. So he'd put a C. And then this is upside down. So he would put a U. And then this is a pie. So he would put a P. Then he was, actually that's an N. That's an upside down N. Because the vowels are red. Okay, so then he would read the word. The word is cup, and then he would look at the pieces, and he would have to match up to make the puzzle. And then this one, once he does it, let's see. This is vet, so I don't have the right picture here. But anyway, you get the idea. So he really liked doing those. I have a whole ton of those in this bag for him to do, and I gave him a bunch of pieces, so that way I gave him just 2 puzzles to do at once, but then I gave him a bunch of pieces to pick from, so that way he didn't, it wasn't process of elimination where he could just put 2 of them together. I gave him lots of different pieces to choose from, and he really enjoyed doing those. The next activity is this long vowel segment and blend center. So basically it's these cards, and they're all long vowel cards. And what he does is he takes one card and he's going to segment the sounds. Now I've been having him use them with erasers, and he does it like this. B, O, he puts an eraser on each dot. U, B, O, U, and then he uses the arrow to segment, to join the sound. So blue. And then that way he's read the word. Another thing that I'm going to have him do this week, which we haven't done yet, is make the word in his salt box. This is his, actually, last year I had salt in it. This year I have sand in it. This is green sand. So he's going to make B-L-U-E. We just use the dull end of a pencil, and then he can shake it out and make another word. So these are just segmenting and blending cards. So then he would do leaf. O, E, F, leaf. Okay, just like that. So these are long vowel cards. I had him earlier in the week do some short vowel ones, but we're gonna start getting into long vowels again. He already knows long vowels from last year, but we haven't worked on them yet because it's only the 3rd week of school. So we will be doing that. Okay, this next one is also more long vowel words. It has all of these little strips with the pictures on them, and then he's just going to take a strip. Look at the picture. This is the picture of meat, and then he's going to use his magnetic letters, and he's going to go ahead and make the word meat, just like so. And we can talk about how it's spelled and all that kind of stuff. So, by the way, I will leave links below to where you can get all of these activities So never fear. I always leave links below. All right. This next activity is more long vowels. This is a hidden puzzle long vowel activity. So first you have the mat, and then you have the pieces, and he has to read the word. So this piece says pie, and he's going to place it over the correct picture. Pail. And when he's finished with all of them, he will, if you can see, be making a picture. Let's see that. Like so. Okay, after he reads all of the long vowel words. And there's a handful of them in there for him to do. This activity I had in his workbox last week, but we didn't get to it. It's for sight words. What he does is he takes a sight word basket, and he reads the sight word that says B, and then he finds the apples. Yeah, I'm showing them what you're doing this week. Okay. And he makes the word. He fills up the basket by making the sight word. Okay, the next activity is reading easy sentences. I have these sheets here with different sentences on them. And then what he's going to do is he's going to roll a dice. And then after he rolls it, he got a 6. So then he'll look here. And this is the column with 5 and 6. So if he rolls a 5 or a 6, he looks here and he reads the first sentence. Dad gave me a hug. If he reads it correctly, he can color in the square, or I have just some little manipulatives and he can cover them up. So he can just cover that one up because he read it. Then he'll roll again, and he got a 4. So now he's going to look in the 4 column, and he's going to read the first sentence, and after he reads it, he can go ahead and cover it up. Or like I said, he can use a dry erase marker because I have it in this plastic sleeve, and he could color in the square. Next activity I have is a spin and read, where he has to read some sentences. So he's going to spin this. And by the way, I bought these spinners off Amazon. They're really cheap. But you could use a pencil and a paper clip if you prefer, you know, if you don't have spinners. But I bought the little spinners. And what he's going to do is he's going to spin, and then whatever it lands on, so it landed on a 3, he has to read the sentence. And there's a couple different cards, so I'd only give him one card at a time. And he'd read the sentence on number 3. Did you feed the dog? And these are just simple, easy sentences. And then he would cover up his answer with, you know, whatever you want to use to cover it up with. And he'd go from there. So he'd spin again. And if it lands on the, let's say it landed on 2 that time, but let's say it landed on 3 again, he could read the sentence again and then just cover it up again until he's read all of them. Or you could just skip and go on and spin again. Okay, now we're showing you what he's doing for math this week. These are just addition puzzles, and so he has to, like this one, he has to count the pepperonis and then match it up with the number. I have a whole ton of them here. We've actually already done a bunch of these this week. By the way, these math activities are from my Early Learners Math curriculum, which I will leave a link below too. But this next one is teen numbers. This is from Unit 2 of my math curriculum. And these are just number strip puzzles, so he has to put them in order, and then it will make we did a few of these last week, but we're going to do some more. He's going to put them in order, and it will make a puzzle, if you see here. If you put the strips in order, it kind of makes a puzzle. So we will be doing more of those. This one is like a race car one. This one is practicing tracing his teen numbers. I had this in his workbox last week, but we didn't get to it, so we're going to do it again. He's just going to use a dry erase marker, and he's going to trace the teen number. And there's a representation, there's a picture on here of the number, so that he can see what the number looks like. Like there's 10 and 2, that makes 12. So, yeah. The last thing I have for math this week is more addition. These are addition family posters that I have. They're actually called reference charts, and they're in my Early Learners curriculum, Unit 5. And Unit 5 is all about addition. So we're going to use these. We're trying to memorize the different addition families. So here it shows them a representation like 0 plus 2 equals 2, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus nothing equals 2, and so on. And then here's another activity that we're going to do. Okay, so I'm not sure if I had this in his box last week, but we didn't get to it if I did. Some of the things last week we ended up doing a field trip one of the days, so we didn't get to everything. But, and that's okay. If we don't get to everything, then we just keep it in the box and we get to it the next week. So, this activity, I have these different dog houses, and what they do is they sort. So as you can see, I started sorting them. What they do is they look at the math problems and then they sort them with the right doghouse. So 0 plus 6 is 6, and 2 plus 4, and 1 plus 5, and 3 plus 3. So those all go with this doghouse. And then these, I started sorting. These go with the 7 doghouse. And here are all the cards. And I would just give them 2 doghouses at a time. I'm not going to give him any more at a time. But this whole bag is full of, there's a handful of them all the way up through the 9 addition well, actually all the way up through 10, numbers that equal 10. So there you have it. Those are all the activities that I have for this week. We've already started a bunch of them, and because it's Tuesday, and we're going to keep continuing. So this is for week 3, guys. See you next time. And again, I'll leave a link below to everything that you saw here. All right, bye.